Good morning. Good morning. As you get here, make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here as I'm going live in all the spots. You know the drill. If you've been here before, you know the drill. And if you haven't been here before, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Give me just another moment. All right, and where are we here? All right, now let me pull this up on my phone. Whoops, wrong place. Going live. There we go. Okay. Got everything all set and going. And before we even start, I'm going to remind you guys about Thursday, this Thursday, the 29th at 8 p.m. I'm looking to make sure I got that time right. And April Berry is going to be in the house telling us a little bit about her new book. She's a romance author. She's a friend of mine. And the interesting thing is, I read romance novels when I was in high school, but I couldn't do it because it seemed like they were so repetitive. The same story, different names, same story, different names. I had a friend that was in love with them. She had shelves of these books, and I would read her books. And I was like, I can't do it. And I can't remember the author's name, but they were particularly a certain author that she loved. So when April was telling me in the beginning that she was writing romance novels, I thought, I don't really like romance novels, but okay. And then just to support her, I said, okay, I'll buy your first book to support you. And she signed it for me and everything. And I read it and I thought, this is not the romance novels that I remember. And there's so much character development and so much steaminess. It's like, wow, this is pretty good. And so I don't have every single one of her books because she's got a lot of them out there, but I've got quite a few and I love them. And so she's going to be talking about her newest book, which I believe it's part of a series, if I'm remembering right. And it's a little bit different in her genre, but I can't wait to talk to her about it and share it with you guys. So if you're in the Stand Up and Stand Out community, which this is streaming into as well, you have the link to everything in the events section. And so you can get to that very easily. Now, if you're watching, whether you're watching in live or you're watching the replay on Instagram or on YouTube, and you would like to have the information to join us, then definitely make a post, a comment, and I will definitely get to you and give you the Zoom link because you'll be able to join. But I think I'm actually streaming it on YouTube as well. So if you're a YouTube fan, definitely watch because I have it set up, scheduled to be on YouTube as well. Yes, I just remembered. So, perfect. I will remind you as we get to the end as well, because people that pop in as they always do, and it's always fun that I put this up on my phone. For one thing, a lot of times with Facebook, I can't see comments no matter what, and not all the time, but there are times that I'll have the Facebook up on my screen and I can't see any comments and I think nobody's there. And later on, I see that there were people there. So I've started putting it on my phone because I can see in real time, when people comment or send me hearts or do any of that stuff, I can see it. But I can also see when people are just watching. And I will say it warms my heart because there have been a few times I thought, oh, nobody's here. But then I realized there were people that were there watching and listening. And I know I have quite a few people in the group who show up periodically that are working, and it's not a good time for them, but they want to get on, but they can't really communicate with me, and that's perfectly fine. So wherever you fall in all of that, I'm so glad to have you. Even if you come in and you watch the replay later, I appreciate you too tremendously. So I'm going to go ahead and get into our affirmation. And just so you guys know, I've been talking a lot about my book, and I'm still in the midst of writing it. And now I'm in the place where I'm trying to take what I've created over here and put it in a Google document, because what's happening is it's hard to go back and look at a previous chapter and say, wait a minute. There was one time I had a character that she passed away. And then I realized that as I kept looking and going forward, checking out my work and everything, I had her in another chapter saying something. I thought, wait a minute, didn't I have her? And I had to go back and look, and sure enough, so I had to change it. So there are, I may run it through chat or something and see if it catches, but sometimes it does not. So I'm diligently going through and making sure I've got everything lined up, but I'm getting it done, and I'm so excited about that. And then I also have, I had told you before that I wrote it's a fable book, and I had tried to put it into Amazon and could not, for whatever reason, could not get it in there. And I say there are no accidents, right? So if I had gotten it in there, I wouldn't be doing anything with it now, right? It would be done. But since it didn't get in there, I have a new AI tool that I've been playing with. It's called Manus. And I noticed yesterday that when I went in to just look and see what was available in Manus, it said something about illustrating books. And I thought, oh, well, wait a minute. So I took my book that I've written and I loaded it into Manus. And I had created the main character. I had created a visual of her in Canva with its AI tool. And so I took that and put it into Manus, and now it's created these illustrations and everything for the book, and it's beautiful, but we're having a problem with some of the typo stuff. So I'm having to go in and tweak it, but I just wanted to let you know, like I had worked diligently. I even had a friend helping me, and it would not go in, even though I was doing every single thing it said. And so voila, now we know why. It's because all I had was the main character in one page. And now that I've done this and I fed that into Manus, there's several different little illustrations in the book, and it looks amazing. So I'm super excited. So as soon as I get these type things done, some of the corrections, then I will be putting that out there, and I'll share it with you guys and let you know when it happens too. But so much is going on. I can't believe it. So let me go to our affirmation, and this is where it came from. Our affirmation for today is, I choose to live a magical life because magic lives in me. Because I really feel like I've had these ideas, these things in the back of my mind that I just haven't really done anything with. Like I was sharing the other day when I was talking about the book that I'm currently writing, that I was asked over a year ago if I would write this book to be part of this series, right? And I said yes, and I got all the information, and I started, and then I'd stop. And then I'd start, and then I'd stop. And then I would write on index cards, and I would do all these things, but I really wasn't making any progress. And I almost felt like it was daunting. It's like, I just don't know. Well, I don't know what happened. Poof. What happened one day, but it was like, I decided I'm going to go ahead and start writing this book diligently, earnestly, right? And when I really started diving into it, that's when all the inspiration started coming up. I'm dreaming about the people in this book. I'm in there brushing my teeth this morning and I'm thinking, oh, this character needs to do this. I need to give a better description of this. So it's in my mind, right? Um, and time just flies and it feels magical because I struggled with it in the beginning so hard with wanting to write the book. I had been asked to write the book, but the inspiration just wasn't showing up. But, and like I said, I don't know what flipped the switch. I just don't. I've looked back. I don't know. And it doesn't really matter, right? And I will say this morning I was listening to a guy that Joseph, I can't remember his last name, on YouTube. And I listen to him quite a lot because he has so much to say. And it goes right along with the things that I've learned and the things that I teach. And there's always someone who can teach you a little bit more, right? No matter how much you know, there's somebody else that knows more. And so I love tapping into some of these other thoughts, and they sometimes expand something that I've thought, right? And I love sharing it. So this morning, one of the things that he was talking about was, and I've heard it from others, but I don't know why it hit me this morning, is that when you are desiring something and you're dreaming of it and everything, that means it's in the future, right? And so the whole point is to embody it, to live it, right? And so what came to me was when, and this comes into the magical life, right? Because I think it was when I first started thinking about things in this way that maybe it shifted. I don't know. But anyway, if you were sitting with a group of friends having conversation and you had looked at the menu and you thought, oh, this cake looks amazing. I want a piece of this cake. And you ordered the cake. The server brings the cake and sits it down in front of you. You've got your fork, your napkin, you're having conversations. You take a bite and it's like, oh, man, this is even better than what I thought it would be. This is amazing. And you're eating the cake. You're enjoying the cake. You're really, really internalizing it. You're feeling it. You're tasting it. It's hitting those receptors in you, those pleasure receptors and everything, right? But what would be different if you ate the cake and dreamed about another cake? Ate the cake and dreamed about another cake. Ate the cake and you would not be enjoying the cake. You would not be having that pleasure sensation that you have from eating the cake and enjoying the cake, right? So that's what we do a lot of times. We're wanting things to be magical. We're wanting things to be a certain way in our lives. But instead of really, really enjoying what we've just created in our mind, and it doesn't mean we've got the physical thing right in front of us, right? But it means it's right here. We can taste it. It is right here. So we wouldn't want to be wanting this cake, but then instead of appreciating the fact and doing and tasting it and feeling it, we're doing something else. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like when we're looking to have a magical life, we just know it's magical. We just know. And so our receptors, our pleasure receptors, are constantly looking at where are the pieces that are magical that we can taste, right? And I don't know if this is making sense or not to you, but I hope it is. And so let me just check over here. Okay. So you can choose to live a magical life, because the magic is within you. It's just being open to letting it flow, to letting it out and allowing, because everything is magical. Like I said, I had the issue with the book. I couldn't get the book to go into Amazon. It kept saying that I didn't have the right color depth or something. I don't remember what it was, but I'd even used their um, whatever it is, their suggestions. They created, I had them create the cover and the back, right? And I just put the type in and did all that stuff. So it was theirs. And then when I would go to do it, it wouldn't work. It said it wasn't right. And it was like, well, I don't get it. And I was frustrated, right? But that was magical because now I've just got to do a few more tweaks and it's going to be 1,000 times better. This fable is going to have these really, really amazing illustrations to really hone in on the different parts of the story. And so it is going to be, like I said, 1,000 times different. It's magical because magic lives in me and it lives in you. So let's go to our journal prompt. Let me grab it real quick. Hold on. My friend Christine always says, hold please. What's it doing? Sorry, it's taking a moment. Oh my gosh. Please check your internet. Well, I've got internet or I wouldn't be on here.